Good morning. This is Denise. Welcome to my home. Well, I'm going to test you on something. I know that there are those of you that's written and said, I just want to watch you do stuff. It doesn't have to be a haul. Well, I'm doing stuff and I'm going to record it. Now, what I wanted to welcome you to my home. It's still early. I've already posted in the community page. There are so many things that my home and your home and everybody's home needs to function properly. And I find that I'm scrambling all the time. Well, I don't scramble very fast anymore, but with that being said, I still have stuff that I have to do. I bought dog food and cat food, and I got to transfer them from the bag. Can't see the bags. You still can't see the bags, so well. I still want to be able to see you. In the community page I talked about, and there's a picture of a wreath that is going to be a giveaway for our 1,000 subscribers. Take a look at the picture on the community page. I'll probably hold it up for you in a little while too, but I thought, you know, it's spring and it would really be so fun to be able to send something that I made, if that's okay with you. We're going to do the giveaway on Saturday. Yeah, I know it's your food, isn't it? Do you smell it? Hunter's standing right here thinking he ought to have some, I think. Here, you want to try it? I think there's something about it when it first comes out of the bag. It's the same food that he has in his dish. But it must be different, huh? Anyway, if you are a public subscriber, I'm sorry, I know that this is going to be noisy. Turn it down. There's going to be a noise issue. Turn it down at your phone. If you're a public subscriber, and you know, even if you're out of the country, I think that what I'm going to do, I've got to look at postage. I can't send the wreath, but I think that we'll do a $10. I know it's not much, but that's what I've got. $10 if I'm sending it out of the country, because the postage is just crazy a lot. So all of you, even, you know, those in Canada and the UK and Australia, will just figure it out. But it'll be a monetary gift if you're out of the country. If you're in the country, it'll be the wreath. And what you need to do is, in a comment, put spring fling. Spring fling. And I'll be drawing the winner. I think that Google or YouTube has a way to single out those posts that have that word in it, spring fling, or those two words, and they can help with that. So it'd be a random drawing. If not, I have to check into it more. My friend Laura with favorites with Laura. She's awesome. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do. She's just the neatest gal, and she has a lot of reviews, does a lot of outside reviews. She does Temu hauls. She does other stuff too. I enjoy all of what she does. I think it's really fun to see some of the products that she reviews for other companies. I'm such a bat. I live in a cave, so there are a lot of things that I'm not familiar with. And I get to become more familiar with products that are out there that I had no idea about. Anyway, she's been helping me. And I just so appreciate all of her help. It's nice to have someone that's walked the road be willing to walk it with you and give you tips. And she is just that kind of gal. I'm sure that there are wonderful, wonderful creators out there that I haven't had a chance to meet yet. I'd like to. I don't know how that happens, except, to go to their channel, and I do. And I know if you guys are half as busy as I think I am, I get it. But I don't think that I'm half as busy as you are. Most of you hold full-time jobs and still do this on top. And I don't know how you do it. Of course, I'm a little slower these days. One of my viewers called me an old lady. I am, aren't I? There are benefits that come with being an old lady. I've walked a few roads, and I think I've learned a few things that are important. It just was, and she wasn't trying to be mean. The post was very positive. And what she had said was to the effect of, the enemy spoke in her ear this week that, what does that old lady have that you want? And she saw what she needed to see on Saturday and Sunday. And the blessing through adversity was something she needed to hear, that she felt that she needed to hear. So, I'm really, really happy, very happy that God can touch you guys through YouTube. It's wonderful. I think I'm going to go to Dollar Tree today. If not today, it'll be tomorrow. I go once a month. And it's not going to be a real interesting haul, I don't think, because I can't afford to get a lot of extras. Peyton is my extra at Dollar Tree, honestly. There's so much stuff that she really likes there. One of them is the Sunny Delight that I get every month for her. She enjoys that a lot. And being able to get it for her is such a blessing to me. If I had to buy these things for her at the regular store, they would be quite a bit more. So thank you, Dollar Tree, for having some of these items that are other than Kool-Aid. And there's nothing wrong with Kool-Aid for those moms that use Kool-Aid. I'm certainly not trying to be critical of anybody or anything. It's just something that I would rather not do. And I know that there's sugar in Sunny Delight. Hopefully not as much as what winds up being in Kool-Aid. Now I have these Tidy Cat tubs that litter came in, and I filled in. They're the most wonderful things that I've gotten from my animals, they're... let me see if I can lift up one and show you. That one's the cat food one. You're sitting on that. You need to get up. Come on, Mama. Move. That one has stuff in it too. This one isn't as heavy. This is for the cat food. And it was one that I bought years ago when I was using that product. I don't use that product anymore. I found that Walmart's Special Kitty stuff is a lot less expensive and it works just as well. And these tubs are like forever tubs. They don't go away. And you can store about 20 pounds of animal food in them. So I buy the big containers of animal food and fill them. That's cat food. I don't want to put dog food in the cat food. And these containers are just awesome. Can you see the pantry back there? I want to clean that out today too. Whew. Those wreaths take me, I want to say, in total, about 3 hours. Maybe not that long. I was thinking 2 hours. But then I thought about it and I thought, no, you know, I guess from the time I get my supplies together and start working on them, it takes about 2 hours. I was thinking about, now that wreath over there is not huge. And I have the ability to make bigger ones. You see the cat on the washer? She is the most difficult kitty I've had in a long time. She's also very lovable. But she gets into the cupboards. She opens the cupboards, gets into them, knocks things out, gets up on shelves, knocks things down. She just thinks that the world is her playground. And I guess it is. I guess it is. I'm thinking of charging $15 for those wreaths, that size. And for the bigger ones, $25. Do you think that that's reasonable? I guess I don't even know what wreaths are costing. I know that on Temu, those fall wreaths, it seems to me, they're smaller than those. But the big wreath was $9. The small one was the smaller one. And they're, you know, they're not, I can't compare them because they're not the same size. What do you think about that price? You think it's too high? I'd rather charge a little less and sell them than to charge too much and not sell them. So I've got lots of different colors and I have the ability to make some huge wreaths. I'm going to make some big ones, but of course they're going to be more expensive. I got to find out where I can set up a booth, as it were. If I set it up like a rummage sale, people are going to expect rummage sale prices, I think. I would. And part of a rummage sale, it's a game. The dickering is really important. Somebody's calling. Where's that? In Knightstown. I don't know anybody in Knightstown. That's probably a spam call. Usually it'll flag me if it is. But a lot of times with the local numbers, they don't. Do you know that they can hijack your number? It's really interesting. A working number, like my number, can be used for calling for sales calls. They hijack it. It's just crazy. I've had people call me back and say, you know, I got a call from this number. And I've done the same thing. I've called back and said, I got a call from this number. I don't do that anymore because I figure if they want to reach me, they can call back. It's amazing what technology can do for good. And you know, sales calls aren't bad. I've worked the phones. And it's a job, and it's a really hard, stressful job. I think I don't like some of the ways they go about doing it. They like to call in at meal times because they know that people are home, or generally home. And I don't know, I just don't want to. That was hard for me because I knew that I was intruding on their family time. Are you nice to telemarketers? I am. But as you know, I guess I'm probably nice to most people. I hope. I've done it, so I know what it feels like to be on the other end and get so much negativity from the people that you're calling. They don't like you before they even meet you. And I know that for the most part, that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't meet somebody. Although, I was calling about second mortgages years ago. And people were getting second mortgages to pay off credit card debt. And I connected with a friend. I was here in Indiana, and I connected with a friend in Oregon. And I was just astounded because I've been trying to reach her. And when I saw the name, it's a really uncommon name. I thought, I wonder if that's her. Well, when she answered, I knew it was, and she laughed. And I got to talk to her a little bit. She said, you got to give me the spiel. So I did, and she said no, which was fine. Okay, I've filled those two. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Put this one back. Here. I use this corner here for the dog food and the cat food. So I have a thing of cat food too. I use Purina Complete Cat Chow. The cats seem to like it. I've had my cats go on hunger strikes before because they haven't liked the food. Didn't last long. Boy, this stuff has gotten expensive. It's more expensive now. I mean, it's raised the price. This is a 20-pound bag. I don't even think they offer a bigger bag anymore. Maybe they never did. Maybe I was thinking of another brand. But this is pretty much what I get. I've gotten Walmart, their premium kitty stuff, but it's their brand, the Special Kitty. And the cats like that too. I'm not real sure of the quality of the food though. What did y'all do this weekend? You know some of what I did this weekend. I ended up dyeing Peyton's hair too. I had dyed it a few weeks ago. She wanted it red underneath, red in front, and black. I don't know that I'll ever do that again. But she wanted to switch now just to black. I don't like that. But, you know, it's just hair and it grows. And there are other things that make up a person and their hair. And it helps to build relationship. To be able to do those things for her, I cut it and dyed it. She went to school today looking pretty spiffy. She wore some pants that she doesn't normally wear, and she's had like the Converse tennis shoes, the high top, black and white. She also had some red and white ones. I found those for her on Temu. And she'd never worn them, but she's wearing them now. I think I got them for her for Christmas. So it took a minute for her to decide that maybe she'd wear them. I think something else I'm going to do today, and maybe I can do with you, because I'm going to get off of here in a minute. I don't have the light to go in that pantry to show you what I'm doing, and I don't know that you'd be that interested anyway. I mean, you probably have your own pantries to clean, huh? But I want to paint some of the signboards for stenciling and see how that ceiling paint works out. Wow. Took 21 minutes to do all that. Well, my friends, I'm going to sign off for now. You probably won't notice because what I'd like to do is just pause this so that I can pick it up again. I don't know if it'll pause. And if not, I'll just meld them together. So I'll see you in a few. Love you. Till next time. Hello. Well, I haven't even checked. You're gonna see when I see how much paint is in here. I know I probably shouldn't be using scissors, but I don't have a screwdriver right now. And these kind of are junk scissors. I've already thrown some away. I buy them secondhand sometimes, and that's not necessarily the best thing to do. You know what? I'm going to have to get a knife. Just a second. Say hello, Ginger. I'm just putting blueberries away. I'm having a little mid-morning snack. See if this will work. Today is not the wet food day, and they kind of cling. They get like, are you going to change your mind? Are you going to change your mind? I don't, but wow, this really got pressed down well. That's a good thing though, because the paint is probably good. I can't tell how long it's been around. Now remember I got this, it's ceiling paint, it's white ceiling paint, and it's flat. And I paid $1, and the gallon feels like it's almost full. So you'll get to see with me how much is in here. So the cats and the dogs and everybody else that's interested. Do you think that's mean that I don't give them food every day? I mean, they have food every day, but they don't have their wet food. It's so stinking expensive. And it's not like they don't get their nutrition with the dry food, they do. All right, kids, be nice. Mama has been so mean to all the cats that they kind of are afraid of her. And she's fine with that. I know, this is just what you wanted to see, right? Spend the day trying to get the lid off of a paint can. I may have to go out in the garage and get a screwdriver. I don't want to do that. It's cracked. If I could just get it underneath up here. There. I'm getting it. Oh man. It's been a while since this has been mixed up. There's little flakies in here. But there's a lot of paint in here. Can you see? It's a lot. I'll be stirring for a minute. It doesn't look real thick, you know, like wall paint. It's a good brand, I think. For $1. And I know there's a bunch of gunk at the bottom, so it takes a minute to stir it up. I'm going to be on a quest to find junk wood. I think I mentioned to you, if I had a choice on what I would do, it would be wood. I love wood. I love the smell of wood when you cut it. I like sawdust. I just like wood. if I had my druthers of what I would do, it would be to strip and refinish furniture. I think that that's a little bit more than I want to do these days. I can't get a hold of these little specs. But it's quite white. I think that I'm stirred. Not feeling any thickness at the bottom anymore. I'm gonna go put this underwater. I save all my stuff to use another day. I just dripped on the floor. I'm dripping, I know. It'd be cool to have one of those headsets that I could put a camera on a headset and wear it so you could like look at my eyeballs. That'd be kind of cool. I think they have them. If they don't, they should. Got goo gone, I'm glad. I'm on my way back. I'm cleaning up spots off the floor. It comes up pretty easy. Who was saying that their kitties liked Q-tips? Was it, hey everybody? My kitties like Q-tips too. Okay. I bought these. I think there are 10 of them. Well, there are 10 of them, and I paid $14 for them. They're pre-cut. I'm sure that I could not get them any less expensive anywhere unless I salvaged them, you know, found them in somebody's yard and asked them if I could have them, and they gave them to me. Oh, man. I have all of them here. I'm probably only going to do a couple of them at a time, though. There are two. I don't know what all you guys do with what you eat and stuff. I have to be really careful because my pancreas doesn't work well, and that's what causes diabetes. And I have been full-blown diabetic before. I've done the insulin thing, and I don't want to do it anymore. So For years I've been very careful about what I eat. And one of the things that I eat is no longer available. And that just makes me sad because there aren't very many things that I eat. Thank you. I need to be more prepared. Can you see my board? This wood is really light, so it's kind of hard to see the white paint. I know there are little rollers. I kind of like to paint. I like the brush experience. What are you into? We all have something. It's like having a house full of toddlers. I know I've said that before. It bears repeating. I don't even want to turn around and look and see what they've got. I won't. Now I haven't drilled the holes on these. I did with that one. I did it first. And it might have been a good idea to do that this time too. I wasn't thinking. Wonder how fast this stuff dries. The smell isn't too bad. I see these little speckles. There's one. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's my necklace. I was gonna say I thought I had dots on my clothes. I am ordering an apron, or I ordered one. It's a bright red craft apron. Never had one before. But I think I need one. Then I won't have to worry about my clothes so much. I think I've covered this one pretty well. The edges. I'll be doing the other sides too. I'll do both sides white. This pretty little towel is not going to be pretty anymore. But it'll be retired to a... I don't even think I have a rag bag anymore. So I guess we're going to have one now. And I'll use this over and over again. I need to pull out that box of stencils that I have and go through and see what I want to use. I want to get in here with color. And like the stencil that I did for the kitchen, I want to do the border or some kind of a color. Work on some color with it. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. Hi. You are so pretty. She's gotten so heavy since she's had her babies. Well, while she was nursing, she didn't, but as soon as she stopped nursing those babies, she started picking up weight. I think I've talked to you about this before. I read about it, and it's called stray cat syndrome. And she was at one time. These poor little kitties don't have any idea where they're going to find their next food, so they kind of eat everything in sight when it's available. And it's always available. I thought about, just putting food down a couple times a day. I don't really want to do that. Oh, I dropped the paintbrush in the paint. Didn't go all the way in. That's a good thing. Here's board number 2. What plans do you have for this glorious Monday morning? It looks like it's overcast now. It was sunshiny. Things can change so fast, can't they? I'm sure that the skies are beautiful everywhere, but as I've gotten older, well, you know what? I've always been a sky person. I think when I found out that there were different kinds of skies, they aren't all the same. The parts of the country that you're in, you'll see different things. In the desert, it's absolutely incredible. It's generally clear during the day. And it's a different color of blue because the atmosphere is different. And at night, oh my goodness, the stars. They're absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I think one of the most remarkable things, and I did some traveling in my wild times. And if you guys knew what I was like before, I wouldn't necessarily be somebody that you'd want to have around. I don't know. I've always been pretty nice, but really confused. The Grand Canyon at daybreak. It was absolutely exquisite. At night, things are black and white. You don't see the definition of color. And the Grand Canyon is so incredibly incredible. I found that I had to be careful not to get too close to the edge because it almost draws you in. But looking down and looking at the walls of the Grand Canyon as the lights shone, and as the sun came up, the colors would play. You start to see colors. Most exquisite thing I think that I've had the pleasure of seeing. Well, my babies are the most exquisite. But of the wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon is just really amazing. seeing geysers at Yosemite. You know, so many things happen that you just don't even think about. The hot springs, and it's pretty impressive. And the sea, I love the sea. I haven't been to the East Coast, but I've been all up and down the West Coast. I was born and raised in California, so the beaches there, whenever I got to go, didn't really go a lot when I was a child, but as an adult, it was 30 minutes away, so I would go a lot. I'd go in the morning, and I worked a swing shift. So I'd go in the morning and soak up the sun and come home and go to work. The sea is amazing. It's always, there's something about the sea that it's tranquil and powerful. It stills your soul. The crashing of the waves makes your heart beat fast. I mean, it's every emotion that you can have. Standing in the surf and feeling the water pull the sand out from under your feet. Really, really neat. And the smells are incredible. In Oregon, the pine trees, the evergreen, goes all the way out to the beach. You know, very seldom do you have a whole lot of beach. You do somewheres, but in a lot of cases, you have pine trees just and a little bit of sand and then the ocean. Uh, and in California, they have what's called break walls, that there are walls that go out into the sea that have been put there to break up the surf. And I suppose that's because of damage, you know, if there are storms or whatever. But in Oregon, they don't have them. And it's just exquisite. I've been blessed to have a lot of memories of a lot of places. Um, Big Sky Country, the Dakotas, and Montana and Wyoming, and that's a sky that you'll never see anywhere else. I'm surprised that I made it where I was supposed to go most of the time because I just had my head craned up looking at the clouds and looking at the sky. It was absolutely beautiful. I've been to Canada, never been to Mexico. I was in Canada briefly. Something I found when I was going from place to place in the United States, you could almost tell when you crossed the border. It was almost a natural border. The terrain changed. Anyway, that's what I saw. You know, it just changed from one state to another. Um, God had fun when He was making the earth. It isn't just the skies and the sea and no, 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 go, don't step. I have paw prints on my table. There's a paw print on this board. Well, it'll be different and unique, won't it? You can't walk on these. Well, I suppose you can, huh? You did. Um, anyway, I've been very blessed to see lots of different places and do things that sometimes people wouldn't do. I found in the Midwest that people are born, raised, live, and die in the same place, that even in little towns, it's it's just very different than the way I've experienced life. And they have people that have been in their lives all their lives. And that's amazing to me. I think that would be so wonderful to have someone in my life that I've known for many, many years. I have one friend in South Dakota that I've known since 1993. And that's it. That's it as far as history goes, that holds any of my history. My children hold my history for what they remember. But, schoolhood friends and things like that, I didn't stick around. I had a wanderlust. So, oh, I wonder if I can do one more here. Do I have room to put? I'm going to put this one, the first one that I did, I'll put it over here. It's still wet. It's going to take a while for these to dry, I guess. They are drying. It's just going to take a minute. So where can I put it to where the cats aren't going to get it? Oh my goodness, there are Q-tips all over the floor. They found my Q-tips. I kind of thought they did because I found one. I just opened a package of them. There are no safe places with animals. They kind of are everywhere. The other day, oops, Coco, my little curiosity, killed the cat. She was tearing around like a mad lady. I was in my bedroom, and I had recently sorted through papers and files and stuff. And the box had a lid on it. It was a plastic Sterilite container. I had it on my desk, and she pushed that little puppy down on the floor. Everything went flying. So I got to sort them again. My daughter used to babysit a cat, and they named it Avalanche. And I thought often that she's definitely an Avalanche cat. You can't really have boundaries with cats, can you? Because they own you, you don't own them. What I'm going to do here with these three, I will end this for a while and come back when they're dry so I can do a second coat. And maybe we can go through the stencils. In the meantime, I think I'm going to start on another wreath. It'd be fun to have you guys here to work together. I felt so convicted here lately about all the stuff that I have. And that I have to make time to start using it. That's what happened with the dolls, you know. I didn't plan on being sick and not be able to market them. The only thing that you need to procrastinate about is procrastination. Don't procrastinate. You just never know. Okay. Do you ever wonder if I ever stop talking? I do. I can be very quiet. You haven't seen that though, have you? It's been good for me, you know, to be able to share my thoughts and stuff. Peyton is not a talker, and she kind of goes to her room when she's done with school. She doesn't want to be part of, and I suppose part of that is the autism, but a big part of it is because she's a teenager too. I remember wanting to just spend time in my room. Well, I will pick this up after a bit, and thank you for taking this little journey with me with painting and some of the chores that I have to do. The cats and dogs will say thank you. Okay, I'll be back next time. They're dry. Well, I got most of my dishes done. I just kind of cleaned up the countertops. Man, I feel so blessed to have gotten this paint. You know, it dries, it's a nice flat white. And I know it's not chalk paint per se. I don't think you could draw on it with chalk. You might, I don't know. I've never used ceiling paint for chalk paint. But chalk paint is so expensive. And being able to get a hold of this paint for so little. Thank you, God. You guys are getting up here. Are you getting up here because you think I'm doing something that you want? You know, I filled their tubs with food to feed them from them, and there's still some in the bags. And they have food in their dishes. But where do they want the food in the bags? They just think that that ought to be much better than what's already out. It's kind of the way we are. You know, the term the grass is greener on the other side and stuff like that. Humans tend to do that. I know I did. I become wary of that, you know. I found out that that's not true. The grass isn't greener on the other side. Weeds can be very green. I wonder if the footprint disappeared. Kind of has. spot here that didn't get. There we go. I'm going to paint the other side of these things too. I think it's more finished that way. So it'll take me a few minutes to get wood ready, but once it's finished, it should be pretty nice. And these pieces of wood are just perfect size for doing the stencils. I've got to sit down and think about what I have in each one of these, how much money it takes to produce them. I have no idea what to charge for stuff. I buy so much of my stuff secondhand. The only plaques that I would buy off of Temu are the metal ones. I like those. I've gotten 2 of those. I saw one that Laura hauled, and there was a craft room sign, and I really like that. I like the to get on there and like get an Easter one or something like that at this point. You have to really plan ahead because it takes so long to get them. By the way, I did do comparison shopping with the last order that I hauled, and it was quite stunning. The difference in prices. I knew it would be. I think you did too. I'll get that going soon. I'm not sure how I'm going to present that. I know that I'm not going to announce other stores in the video, but I'll invite you to, you know, if you're interested in the stores, let me know. I'll email you. I'm not interested in bashing anybody or any store. I think stores are out there and they serve a purpose. I think it's pretty sad that by virtue of the fact that there's no competitors, that their prices are so high. I can't believe that their profit margin depends so much on those high prices. Temu, I've learned a lot from Temu, you know. I've learned about customer service and what it could be. I've learned about definitely putting the customer first. And I really have learned more about like the term, whatever the price, whatever the market will bear. And we've been willing to pay these prices with other vendors for a long time. And just assume that that was what it was just going to be. And it was for a long time. We didn't have any other options. But even with Temu, you know, our voices can be heard about different products and so forth that you can go and buy from one vendor and not another. And they afford you that. They get that for you. So I think that that's a huge benefit. Have I done all 3 already? I think I have. Oh my. That was quick. Well, next shot will be the back sides. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get this one out. And then when I do the back sides and then we can view the stencils, I'll do that. You're not seeing too much mess back there. That's my shampooer. I need to put that away. You know, my house is such a blessing to me. Well, my dears, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, Spring Fling. I love you. Bye-bye. Oh, until next time. Bye-bye.